We are back once again with yet another post-rotation Temporal Forces Enhanced Pokemon TCG Deck Profile. If you're new here, hi, my name's Steuben. Thanks for coming and checking out the channel. I love Gholdengo EX. I played this at the Charlotte Regional Championships this past January, and I had such a fun time with this deck, and I'm so excited to show you the new cards and tools inside of this list that I've built. I'm having an absolute blast playtesting this. This is probably my favorite deck to play so far. I know the last video was Dialga and it's another metal deck, but this feels super different. Anyways, though, let's just dive right in. Of course, the Gholdengo EX, 260 HP Stage 1 Pokemon EX. You have the ability Coin Bonus. Once during your turn, you may draw a card. If it's in the active spot, you get to draw one more card. Really good. And the attack is Make It Rain. For 1 metal energy, it does 50 times the amount of basic energy cards that you discard from your hand. So you have an uncapped damage potential, and you're able to hit, 350, which is enough to knock out all these 330, 340 Stage 2 Pokemon EXs. So we are playing 4 copies of the EX, the Dingus himself, the String Cheese Man, the Golden God, whatever you want to call it, and 4 copies of Gimmighoul. I have a split 1 copy of the 50 HP with Call for Family, and then 3 of the 70 HP with Continuous Coin Toss. Flip a coin until you get tails. It does 20 damage for each heads. To note, again, 70 HP versus 50 HP, and the retreat difference is 2 versus 1. I don't think these ultimately matter super much with what we've got going on in the deck. I think it's just a personal preference. Before I played 4 copies of the 50, and now I'm splitting it up. I don't think it really matters, so play whatever one you like, and if you have the art rares, this is the one that has the art rares, so if you want to pimp your deck out, I'm with you on that one. Play the 70 HP. So yeah, full 4/4 line of the String Cheese Golden God. Coming next, we have a 2/2 line of Palkia VSTAR, 280 HP on this Pokemon VSTAR with the attack Subspace Swell for 2 water. Does 60 plus 20 more for each benched Pokemon. So if your bench is full and your opponent's bench is full, you're hitting for 260 damage. But the ability here, this VSTAR power that you get to use once per game, during your turn you may attach up to 3 water energy cards from your discard pile to your water Pokemon any way you like. So you can power out this thing and attack instantly. Or, we'll show off the next card momentarily, but before we do, we have the base Pokemon V here, 220 HP of the attack. Roll the region, find a stadium, put it in your hand, or Hydro Break for 2 water and a colorless. It does 200, and the next turn it can't attack. They're both alright cards, but for the most part, you are going to use that Star Portal on to our best friend, Radiant Greninja. This thing is an absolute monster in the new post-rotation format, and it's been a bully ever since it came out. You have the ability Concealed Cards, discard an energy card, and draw 2 cards, and Moonlight Shuriken, discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. It does 90 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. So if you're able to pop off, you can Star Portal onto Greninja, and then Moonlight Shuriken, and knock out some single prize Pokemon. The last Pokemon on the list is a single copy of Manaphy with Wave Veil to protect our benched Pokemon from damage, aka protect the Gimmighouls. Alright, we are playing 4 copies of Pokestop here, just like we were before. You could probably cut this down to 3 if you want a little bit more tech room, but I still like having 4 for consistency's sake, and I have this weirder supporter count, and there's some combos that we'll talk about in a moment here. But you can discard the top 3 cards of your deck and find any item cards there and put them into your hand. Double-edged sword as well. If you miss, if you get supporters or Pokemon, they go right to the bin. But you can get energy in the discard pile, and you definitely want them there. But this is where this deck starts cooking with the new Temporal Forces cards. We are playing 2 copies of Cypher Maniac's Code Breaking. This is my favorite supporter in this set by far. I mentioned it in the Dialga video. I'll probably mention it in a bunch of other videos. But you can search your deck for up to 2 cards. And by up to, I just mean 2. You search your deck for 2 cards. Put them on top of your deck after you've shuffled the rest. And this works so well with Pokestop, Gholdengo, and Radiant Greninja. You're able to stack your choices on there and then use these effects to either draw into them with Gholdengo or Greninja, or send them to the discard and put them right in your hand with their item cards with Pokestop. Absolutely insane in this deck. Continuing along, we have one copy of the Supporter Irida. Search your deck for a water Pokemon and an item card. Put them in your hand, then shuffle your deck. We have 6 water Pokemon in here. The 2 Palkia V, the 2 V-Star, the Radiant Greninja, and the Manaphy. So you're able to grab those and item cards. We have one singular copy of Iono to reset hands. Both players shuffle their hands, put them on the bottom of the deck, and then draw cards equal to however many prize cards they have remaining. So you're able to just hard reset your opponent. And because we have so much draw potential and things like Pokestop to fill our hand back up, it's really good to be able to reset. We're playing one singular copy of Morty's Conviction, another new card from Temporal Forces. You can only use this card if you discard another one from your hand. You draw a card for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So they have full bench, you discard a card, and draw 5. This feels really good, considering we lose things like Zinni's Resolve. It's like half of that, I guess, in the format, so keep that in mind. Then we've got a copy of Boss's Orders for our Gusting, and we've got a copy of Roxanne, just like Iono, for a little bit of reset. If they've taken 3 prize cards, you're able to shuffle both hands into the deck. You get to draw 6, and they get 2. It definitely punishes them. And the last supporter in here is a single copy of Silene. Flip 2 coins, put a number of cards up to the number of heads from your discard pile on top of your deck. It's like if you flip heads, it's basically Cypher Maniacs from the discard pile. Insane combo synergy here, and late game gives you a 5th or 6th copy of a certain card or whatever you potentially need. Our ace spec of choice is the Prime Catcher here. Switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. If you do, switch your active Pokemon with your bench Pokemon. This also helps you combo with Gholdengo's coin bonus. If you have one on the bench, one on the active, you can draw 2, play your Prime Catcher, switch into the next one, draw 2 more cards, and you bring up whatever target you want to swing into with that. For items, we have 4 copies of Ultra Ball. Discard 2 cards, search your deck for a Pokemon, and put them into your hand. We've got 3 of the brand new Buddy Buddy Poffin from Temporal Forces. Search your deck for the 2 Pokemon with 70 HP or less and put them onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. This is just a way to get the Gholdengos, or I'm sorry, the Gimmighouls and Manaphy in play. This does not do anything for the Palkia or the Greninja, but this is just a way to consistently grab all of these Pokemon. We then have 2 copies of Nest Ball to find bigger basic Pokemon. So in this case, Palkia and Greninja. You can go ahead and bench those with this. And we have 1 copy of Hisuian Heavy Ball to check our prizes, grab a basic Pokemon from there, and swap this card into our prizes and replace it. We then have 4 copies of Earthen Vessel to discard a card, search your deck for 2 basic energy cards, and put them into your hand. That's how you're going to fill up your hand with energy to be able to use things like concealed cards, and then just go burr with Gholdengo, hitting up to whatever amount of number you need to for discarding energy for damage. To get that energy back, we have 4 copies of Superior Energy Retrieval. Discard 2 cards from your hand, and then put 4 basic energy into your hand from your discard pile. So once you've attacked, you're like, well, how do I get everything back? You're going to use Superior Energy Retrieval to refill the energy into your hand and, discard cards that you don't necessarily need, like Buddy Buddy Poff in late game or Hisuian Heavy Ball if all your basics are available for you, so on and so forth. We have 1 single copy of Energy Retrieval. You just get 2 basic energies from your discard pile back into your hand, so it's like a half retrieval without any discard. We have 1 Super Rod for recovery. There's times where you have to discard Pokemon or you mill them with Pokestop. You want to be able to put them back to the deck. Super Rod will let you do that. Shuffle up into a combination of 3 Pokemon or basic energy cards into the deck, then shuffle. We have 1 copy of Canceling Cologne, and this is going to help out so much with the Greninja and let you potentially Prime Catcher. So if they have Manaphy to protect their single prizers, you can Prime Catcher that Manaphy up, play the Canceling Cologne, Star Portal onto Greninja with your Palkia VSTAR, and take 2 prize cards that way. Last item, but not the least by any means, is a single copy of Palpad. This lets you put 2 supporter cards from your discard pile back into your deck. So if you mill them or have to discard them, and you need that Cypher Maniacs, Code Breaking, Irida, whatever you need, whatever you've milled or discarded or used and you need a second copy of, Palpad will get you back up there. And of course, this combos really well with the Gholdengo and the Greninja. If your deck's super empty and you need to be able to do stuff, there's been games where my deck's been empty. I've played Palpad to put Silene back. I've coin bonused into the Silene, played it. I flip my heads. I hit the retrieval. It goes back on top of the deck. Spin the Pokestop, get that card back into my hand, instantly, and it just works out very well. To round it out, we are playing 5 basic metal energy and 6 water energy. A little heavier on the water because you need it for the Greninja and the Palkia, whereas Gholdengo, you just need 1 metal to attack, and whatever else you discard doesn't necessarily matter. But this is the Gholdengo list that I've been playing, and I've had so much fun with this deck. It's such a blast to play this because it's like almost every game feels a little bit different because of Pokestop, and just the amount of drawing that you get to do really makes this deck super, super fun. I've built a lot of decks for this format. I've been doing a lot of gaming and play testing, and it's just been an absolute blast. We needed this rotation in this set so much sooner, but it is what it is. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. If you did, if you made it this far, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and let me know down in the comments below what you think of this deck and what other decks you want to see. Stay tuned for more stuff like this, and yeah, I'm just going to wrap it up. Much love, and peace out.